for the grind in the 9 to 5. Let's go to work for the 6 to 10 night class. Let's put in work. Getting into the gym to win. Let's go to work for the grind in the 9 to 5. Let's put in work for the grind in the 9 to 5. Let's go to work for the 6 to 10 night class. Let's put in work. Getting into the gym to win. Let's go to work for the grind in the 9 to 5. Let's go to work. 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 Go to work.
What's going on, people? This is Evan L.G. Francis, aka Mr. Go to Work, and today, yet again, we are in the lab, and I got a special guest, big time special guest. This young man right here, Brandon Laroco, man, he has a fight coming up at the SAP Center, San Jose. September 23rd is going down, man. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me,
appreciate it, man. So
I appreciate it.
I got a lot of questions. We're going to dive into a lot of different areas with this. But first off, man, give them just an overview of you, who you are, how old you are, and when you got started, man. What you doing?
Well, I'm 22 years of age. My name is Brandon Laroco. I was born and raised in Vallejo, California. I started actually doing martial arts at the age of 13. I was actually wrestling in middle school.
Okay.
I found out that I really like competitive sports like that, contact sports. So I asked my mom to put me in like some MMA, right? And I just went from there. It just all fell into place, dude. Yeah. I didn't really want to fight at first, but then it ended up getting really competitive, and I started fighting out of nowhere. So started at the age of 16, had my first amateur fight, ended up getting to a record of 9-0 as an amateur. Ooh. After high school, went off to the Marine Corps, took a little break, came back. When I got back, I went pro, and now I'm 1-1 as a pro.
Okay, congratulations on everything so far, bro. So dive in a little bit about the Marine Corps thing, because you spent some time there, and so did that kind of help you, like, and instill discipline? Like, tell us about your time. Where were you there?
Oh yeah, man. The Marine Corps straightened me a lot more out. Helped me to be more determined, more focused on a goal, made me more motivated as well, and then also my overall demeanor, and it just really turned me to the person I am today.
Yeah, because I know, like, when we're younger, you know what I mean, we're all rambunctious and just whatever, you know what
immature,
I mean?
Man. I feel a lot more mature after the Marine Corps, so it was a good experience.
Okay, cool. So where were you stationed out there?
I was stationed at Camp Pendleton.
Okay.
Yeah, I was an infantry mortarman.
Okay.
So yeah. Hardest job on the Corps, man.
And you was there young. That's what I'm saying. Like, at a young age, you've been doing a whole bunch of stuff. So that's why I mean, like, you're the whole thing with this guy right here that I've noticed is that he's like a young prodigy. So he's done a lot in a short amount of time. So what discipline do you represent as far as
Kaiji Kimbo? I really like the traditional martial arts. The school that I go to, I pretty much grew up in there. I did MMA and Kaiji Kimbo. I'm actually a purple belt right now. Okay. So that's pretty much my base. So I like to stand up and fight.
Strike.
Yeah, I like to strike. Nothing but strike, man.
Nothing but strike.
Don't give me a wrestler, bro.
Nah, don't do it. Don't do it. None of that grappling. Nah. So in your fights beforehand, right, were they, you said amateur, 9-0 as an amateur. What were some of your toughest fights going in, like, coming up to this point?
Toughest fights as an amateur, I would have to say probably my 6th fight. I actually fought a wrestler. Okay. He took me down a bunch, but I mean, I was working on the ground. I was striking him. I was working for moves, and I think the 3rd round I took it, and I ended up winning. So that was probably about my toughest fight as an amateur. As an amateur,
yeah. And so what are, like, the differences now? You've stepped in the pro now, right? So what are the differences that you're kind of noticing, like, in the opponents that you're facing, like, as an amateur, as opposed to a pro? What are the differences that you're kind of experiencing?
Skill level went up a lot more. Also, people are a lot more serious.
Right.
Once you go pro, people actually, it's either they want to do it or they don't want to do it. Right. And when you go pro, it's more of a determination thing. So people are actually serious about it. So you gotta step your game up.
Yeah. So it's most definitely a thing of, it's a step up from the amateur. Most definitely. It's not like you can just.
Amateur is more like, oh yeah, this is a hobby, you know, I really like to do this, but it's not a career.
Right.
Yeah, when you go pro, it's definitely, you're just thinking about making it a living.
Okay.
So
who are some of the fighters who influenced you and your style and how you carry yourself to the octagon? Who do you cite as an influence? Like, who are your favorites?
I would say my number one being Anderson Silva.
Okay.
When I was growing up, he was a big influence on me. The way he moved, the way he fought, and the way he carried himself as well. He was such a nice guy, and he did like things that nobody would ever be able to think of, man. He did things like was out the Matrix, dude. So that really influenced me and how I wanted to like knock people out and stand up and, you know, and be a nice person and do good things. Second would probably be Jose Aldo.
Okay.
Yeah, he's dope. Yeah, he's very explosive, very fast, very strong, and also he carries himself in a good way as well. He's always humble, and he's just a good moral person.
Okay.
So those two fighters pretty much influenced me through my whole life.
See, my biggest thing, and I loved Anderson too, because man, he was just head and shoulders above everybody else in his era. It wasn't no doubt about that. I've also kind of studied the MMA thing myself as well, and like I'm nowhere near where you're at, right? But I'm just saying I've been around it and, you know, traveling some of the circles. What do you feel like are the key core like disciplines that you have to, or the principles that you have to have in order to even dive into MMA? Like, because I noticed like there's an increase in bullying, and I feel like people watch UFC or they watch MMA, they watch Bellator, and then they feel like they're those guys. So, you know, they act tough.
Yeah.
So what do you feel like as a guy who's trained in these disciplines and stuff? How do you approach? What's your approach to? Okay, I know this stuff. Do you have that jerks mentality, or do you feel like you need that, or what do you feel like?
Well, I mean, you're always gonna have two types of people. You're gonna have the meatheads, and then you're gonna actually have those chill guys.
Right.
Me being a traditional martial artist in Kaiji Kembo, I like to use the martial arts way, man.
Right.
So you know what? Not using it for violence, but actually using it for peace.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just being like a really chill dude. You don't have to act tough to be tough, man.
Exactly.
So yeah. Exactly.
That's the biggest thing too, because we were saying the quietest guy is pretty much the guy you gotta watch out for anyway.
Like I was
right?
talking about my freaking teammate, Christian Espinoza. His name is the Silent Assassin.
Right.
This fool barely talks in practice, but man, he knocks people out, dude.
Yeah.
I think he has one of like the fastest knockouts in our gym. So
Wow.
Yeah, he like this past fight, he knocked his opponent out in about 53 seconds.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Congratulations to him, man.
So you got a squad over there.
Yeah, dude.
Where are you training out of?
Combat Fitness in Vallejo, California.
Okay.
Ravicon's Martial Arts.
Yeah, please. Yeah, give them the information so they can, if they want to come check you
Team
guys
Asylum,
out.
man.
Yeah, man.
Team
That's
Asylum.
that's big. Like, and how does it feel to have like a team? You train with a team, right? You don't train by yourself. So how is that training in a facility with the whole team and doing all that?
It's very important. It's very important. You can't do anything by yourself, man.
Right.
You have to have that unit cohesion. You have to have that morale, dude, and just everybody's good energy, and you guys are just putting it all together, and you guys are creating motivation, man.
Right.
And you guys are determination, motivation, being happy. You're in there with each other.
Yeah.
You guys are working each other hard, and that's the best confidence right there, dude.
And then it's kind of like where I think as you kind of train with those other guys, you kind of learn about yourself too, like those whatever weaknesses you may have or whatever you're lacking at, they can kind of help you with those, right?
Yeah, definitely. We really stick to the same people as well. Our gym is pretty much like a hole in the wall, man.
Okay.
So we've stuck with each other for a while. Since I was 13, there's been people there that stuck with us.
Yeah.
There's about maybe 5 of us that stuck with each other for the whole total of like 10 years, dude. So we know each other in and out. We know each other's weaknesses. It's not like all these other gyms that are like mainstream where new people come in.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, it doesn't matter about the training partners, or it doesn't matter about anything else. It matters about the team that you're in, man.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the biggest thing, because I was just about to say, I would rather be in a hole in the wall with people that, you know, I know and have history with, and that, you know, than to be in a mainstream gym with people I don't know. I would rather be in that hole in the wall. That's my choice, because
that's what Conor McGregor talks about, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You don't
seriously.
need all these other outsiders come in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I just need my team and the people that I know can help me push, you know, further, like my goals and what I'm trying to do. So I understand that point. Like, it doesn't matter about the area, it just matters about what you got in mind for yourself, right? See, that's what I'm talking about. So Bellator came knocking, man. You're
Yep.
22 years old. This is what I'm talking about, and this is exactly why you're an integral part and why I wanted you here on the show. Like, at 22, man, you got Bellator on the 23rd. Who are you fighting? You know who your opponent is, right?
No, I know who my opponent is.
Okay, so tell me about your opponent and tell me about what's going on.
Well,
with
my
that.
opponent's, he's gonna be a game opponent, man.
Okay.
He's no joke. Respect to him. He's a straight Muay Thai fighter. He fights out of CSA. His name is Gaston Bolanos.
Okay, Gaston
So yeah,
Bolanos.
he's famous for like a spinning back elbow. So it's gonna be a pretty good. He's gonna be pretty good. I can't wait. I'm excited to always challenge myself. In my prior fights, I've been trying to get a fight for a while. I haven't fought like 6 months.
Yeah, I heard people been ducking, man.
People have been ducking me, man. I usually fight at 135. Nobody at 35 wanted to fight me. They're either backing out or not making weight.
Right.
So I moved up to 45. This past fight, dude didn't make weight, so I ended up not fighting. So I finally got a serious opponent who's actually serious. And now this actually is going to help me to actually get my mind determined and stuff like that. So it was actually getting a little discouraging at some point, me trying to find a fight for the longest time. So now I'm pretty excited that I have a game opponent.
So how do you feel at 22 now? Because this is a big fight. Like I said, the SAP Center, San Jose, this is a big venue. Your card is headlined by, I believe, Benson Henderson and Roy Big Country Nelson. These are big names in the MMA world. So at 22, how are you feeling about being in this big of an arena, this big of a opportunity that you have in front of you? How are you feeling?
Dude, I think it's awesome, man. It's a motivation.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to be on the same card as Benson Henderson or Big Country Nelson, you know? So just to make it this far and to make it to where they're at, you know, is a big motivation. It keeps, I want to push myself now.
At 22 though, that's what I'm saying. It's huge. That's what.
And
that's a testament to you.
I'm young, dude.
Yeah.
Young. Might as well freaking take advantage of it now than later.
Yep.
You know?
That makes the most sense because I'm looking at it like, okay, because I was talking to you off there and we were talking about talking to the people who have it next, who have the future in hand. You got it for where you're at now, and you're in position with putting together wins to where you're going to be in control of your future for the next 10, 15, how many ever years, you know what I mean? So that's why I mean, like, talk about how significant of a fight is this for you? Like, because this is, to me, if this was me, right, this is the big one. This is like you win, and this is gonna put the rocket ship on your back. And you know, if you lose, not so much. But how do you view? Is this the big one for you? Do you feel like, or is this?
It's a pretty big fight. It is a pretty big fight, but unfortunately, there's bigger things behind it.
Yeah.
So that's what I gotta focus on. I gotta focus on the bigger picture. This is a pretty big fight, and if I win this fight, yeah, my career is gonna skyrocket. But I can't lose sight of the bigger picture, man.
That's a great answer.
I gotta keep looking far beyond the obstacle that's in front of me.
Great answer, man. That's a great answer, and that shows, you know, growth just at a young age. That shows tremendous mental growth. So, a couple more questions, man. We know about this fight on the 23rd. And we're not even saying look past it, but what are your goals for the future? What are you looking to do, man?
For the future? Yeah. Well, I'm planning on winning this fight any way possible.
Okay.
I don't care. I'm gonna win this fight. After this, I'm gonna get a couple more fights under my belt. And if Bellator wants to pick me up, shoot, I'll get picked up by them. I don't care.
Yeah, whatever.
Keep training hard. Oh shoot, I'll probably quit my day job, man.
Hey, man, but see, that's what I'm saying too. It's like, he said, quit my day job, man. I feel you on that one. I quit it. I'll do it. Nah, but like, to me, I think the biggest thing and the biggest point for you that I have like a big amount of respect for is you were saying like you were chasing this dream while you were working and doing all these other things, you know. So talk about like tell the people a bit about kind of your journey up to this point, because it wasn't just you training every day and doing, you had to do everything that everybody else would have to do on top of that, right? Yeah,
man. Just finding the time, dude. Finding the time, finding the correct job to give you the time, man. I've always put MMA first. So whichever job I had, you know, I made sure that I got the correct hours to get to training, dude. So back then when I was in high school, of course, go to school and go train for freaking 4 hours at night, you know? And then after high school, I would work in the morning as well, go train for 4 hours at night. Yeah. When I was in the Marine Corps, man, we still trained. Yeah. Dude, we did a lot of jiu-jitsu in the Marine Corps. We did a lot of other stuff too, some stand-up. And when I got out, man, it just skyrocketed. I was also working as well. Right now, I work at loss prevention at Sears, dude. Yeah. So it's a pretty chill job. I work in the mornings, come at night on my days off whenever I can. I'll work 3 times a day. Once in the morning, whenever I feel like it. But every day, yeah, I'm working hard, dude. Yeah. Every day. Something I can get a little bit in. Even if it's just like 15 minutes of working pads or freaking crispening my strikes or my movement. Yeah, anything. Or even working on my brain, dude.
Yeah, anything. So, see, that's what I'm saying. It's like anything you can do in that given amount of time, you're doing it. You're finding the time. That's why I tell a lot of people too, because you know a lot of people, they find excuses why not to work out, why not to do this, why not to do that. But if you can find the time, right, you make it happen. All right, man. A couple more things. When you're training for these fights, when you have gotten notice about a fight, you go, I got this coming up. How soon after do you begin to train or do training camp? And what are your exercise regimes like? What are you doing like to prepare for fighting?
Well, as soon as I get to know about a fight, then yeah, that's when we start camp, dude.
ASAP.
ASAP. In the meantime, yeah, we're training and stuff like that, but it's not. Once we have the fight, man, it's locked inside the head. You're determined and you're ready to freaking work harder than this dude. As far as training, I'm just going in every day. We do a lot of conditioning. Okay. That's the biggest part right there. Anybody can go in the gym any day, you know, freaking do large amounts of boxing, large amounts of kickboxing, but they're never gonna have that conditioning. So I try to balance it out. I do a lot of boxing, a lot of Muay Thai as well, and Jiu-Jitsu, and then a crap ton of conditioning, man. Okay. Yesterday we ran up Mount Diablo.
That's no joke.
Yeah, we ran to the top of Mount Diablo and we did like about a freaking hour of working out, man. Hitting pads, doing a bunch of body weight workouts. So
yeah, not playing.
Yeah. Building that endurance and stamina, man. Cause shoot, if all fails, man, that stamina will help you, dude.
Yeah. Yep. Most definitely. So what about eating? Cause I always tell people that's the most important part, right? Oh yeah. So what's your philosophy on eating? Cause I know we talked about it beforehand, like you know, off air or whatever. But what's your philosophy on it? And does your pre-fight diet regime differ from like everyday life?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit?
Just a little bit. Everyday life, I'm still eating clean, you know, I'm still feeding the beast. Okay. It's like a car, man. Your body's a temple. Right. Very true. You got a Lambo, you gotta give it the best gas you can, right? Very true. That's while training though. Okay, everyday life, I'm still feeding it really good, but here and there, you know, I'll have a cheat meal. Okay. All right, notice when I say cheat meal though. Yeah, not a cheat day. You have a cheat day, man, you end up overindulging and stuff like that. So.
A cheat meal.
Yeah, gotcha. Cheat meal. But when training starts to kick in, man, it's all the good stuff, man. Yeah. It's all the good stuff. Getting a lot of vegetables, micronutrients, macronutrients inside you that are good. I have this thing called the caveman diet, man. If it doesn't grow, don't eat it. Yeah. You know, right now, since I'm actually moving up to 145, I'm actually eating a lot more quantity of the quality stuff. Okay. Okay. Smart man. And with the training and with, you were saying caveman diet, right? Yep. If it doesn't grow, we're not eating it. Yeah. Okay. See, tell them a little bit, because I subscribe to that, but tell them a little bit about the caveman diet. Caveman diet. So anything that's processed or like refined, like maybe I would say chips. Chips, that don't grow on no trees, dude. That don't grow on no trees. Bread, that doesn't grow on a tree. You gotta make that, man. Yeah. So I'm saying like grains, like rice, potatoes, sweet potatoes, chicken, vegetables, you know, tomatoes, avocados, anything that's growing, dude. Yeah. So water, a lot of water. A lot of water. That's the one thing I tell people too, man. Is like a lot of water. Water is key. I drink a gallon a day. Shoot, I brought a gallon. Yeah, I'm close with you, man. I'm there. I gotta take a sip right now, dude. I just don't have my jug on me right now, but he has it. He's a fighter. He has a reason to do that. You feel me? But yes, that's what I'm saying, man. You have to have like the right ingredients. You have to stick to it, right? So that's what I mean, like. People like you, when you come on the show, it's important, because
folks want to hear what you do and how you train and how you eat and all those things. So it's important for you to come here and say those things. So any advice for young people, younger or even older, people who want to get into the fight game, or people in general who have a dream that they want to break into whatever industry or business they want to? What's your advice for them? Because you're doing it big, man. You got a big fight coming up, legends on the card, you doing your thing. So what's your advice to those young people who want to break into business? Well,
if you really have a desire for it and you really have a passion for it, go pursue it, man. You got to dream it, act it, and execute it, man. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
If you really want it, don't give up on it. You will have those doubts, but you know what? You got to work past that, man. You got to be smarter than your brain, bro.
Yeah.
Your brain is wired to have fear, man.
Yeah.
To have fear. You'll naturally back away from something that you're afraid of, you know, but you got to freaking be smarter than your brain, dude. If you really are passionate about it, you got to fucking go for it.
Yeah. Hey, that's real talk, bro. That's real talk. So, my man, one more time, tell them where you're fighting this coming Saturday. Tell them everything, give them the info, and tell them where they can find you too.
Bellator 183 in San Jose, California at the SAP Center, September 23rd. Get there. If you want tickets, go to Ticketmaster. Use the offer code Laroco. It's LAROCO.
Yeah.
Get your tickets if you want to come. They're also streaming it on Spike TV as well. So watch me. I'm the new up and coming one right here.
Yeah. Spike TV, Bellator MMA, SAP Center is going down. This is Brandon Laroco. Where can they find you, man? Where can they find you?
Oh, wow, you can add me on Instagram.
Yep.
My Instagram name's Brandon Bruh.
Bruh.
It's BRAAANDONBREH.
Yeah,
it's a mouthful,
bruh.
but yeah.
It is what it is, man. Find this man and follow him. YouTube, do you have any videos YouTubing?
Yeah, just type in my name, Brandon Laroco. Yeah, I think I have my name on my shirt.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Get that shirt.
There you go.
Swag overload. Swag overload. And we gonna be on there too pretty soon too. This is gonna be one of the ones.
We're gonna try to collab here.
Yeah, we're gonna collaborate, man, make some things happen. But again, my man, we have to thank you for even coming and showing love, man, and coming to the lab and, you know, blessing the people with your presence, bro. Great luck on the fight, bro.
Thank you.
And as usual, you know, check this man out, Bellator, live your lifestyle, and eat healthy, speak healthy, live healthy. Yeah, go to work. Yeah, my man.
Thanks,
Told
brother.
you, bro. I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, man.
Come on, bro. I gotta get